Good Saturday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609, alive and in color from Fort Clark Springs, Texas. Hey Google, what's the temperature in Fort Clark Springs, Texas?
The temperature in Fort Clark Springs right now is 38 degrees.
With a high of 48, and that's about the end of the cold weather because next week, I'll look at the deal here if it'll show me.
Tomorrow through next Saturday in Fort Clark Springs, highs will rise from 68 to 83. Lows will rise from 35 tomorrow to 58 on Friday, then stay in the upper 50s until next Saturday.
Thank you very much. So spring will be springing here next week, finally. But anyway, I got invited to a historical society meeting. It's an open meeting. You can go if you choose to. But a lady that I was going to do business with called and reminded me of the historical society meeting today at 9:30 a.m. So I think I'll go and see what goes on. But anyway, and then I'll do a video, maybe of the building that they're having the meeting in. It's called the Palisada or something. Hey Google, what does Palisada mean in Spanish?
In Spanish, that's palizado. Anything else you want me to translate?
Translate palisado from Spanish to English.
Traducir palizado de español a inglés.
Jesus Christ, that didn't help me a bit. Hey Google, translate palisado from Spanish to English.
In Spanish, that's
Palizado.
What else should I translate?
No, that's fine. You did good. You repeated exactly what I said. Thank you. I think it means palace. But anyway, moving right along. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Make it a good one. It's the day after yesterday, day before tomorrow. It's right now, and right now just went pow, right on by. So if there's anything you want to do, get busy doing it, or it ain't going to happen. So what else have we got here this morning? Hey Google, tell us a joke.
This might make you laugh. How do you wake up Lady Gaga? You poker face.
I don't know. Is that funny? I can't tell. But anyway, hey Google, what's the temperature in Fairbanks, Alaska?
The temperature in Brackettville currently is 39 degrees.
Hey Google, what's the temperature in Fairbanks, Alaska?
In Fairbanks, it's currently 23 degrees.
That's not bad. With a low of 13, that's pretty dadgum good. But anyway, moving right along here to comments, that's why we're here. Dear Trixa says, Prost on Beer 30. Prost to you, dear Trixa. Enjoy your day. On the North Sea of Germany, windy and cold. Amblades, good morning, Rusty. Good morning to you. Imey88 says on comment call, good Saturday morning, Rusty, from the GOAT from Warm House Base, Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Thanks for sharing the cheap campground. Great info. Thank you very much, Imey88. And here's the goat kiss. There's the one-eared stinking goat. Going to give you a kiss this morning. How thoughtful, Mr. Goat. Anyway, Jesse Flynn says that's called chipboard on the Tiny Home Depot. Good to know. Louis Paparella. Mark Twain said, classic, a book that men praise but don't read. No, I hear you. That's probably a lot of truth in that. I'm reading, just started it, a book by Michener, James Michener. He writes books by the pound, and it's called Rascals in Paradise. It's about the islands in the Pacific and the people that resided there years ago. Stories about several of them. Anyway, it's a good book. Steve Combs, I hate having a messy house. Not enough to actually clean it, but enough to give it a really disgusted stare from my seat on the couch. Yeah, well, do what you do, Steve. Okay, Okie Jammer. OMG, so bad, huh? Talking about my jokes on Beer 30. You got a lot of thumbs down. Yeah, you got to have a sense of humor, guys. This is on a We Roll travel trailer. Meet Gil from Indiana. Yeah, he had a We Roll. David Lay, my biggest issue is my tow vehicle. My Honda is too small to tow. Hopefully I can upgrade to a Passport. I believe they can tow 5,000 pounds. Go for it, David. If you want to get on the road, that'll do it. This is on the Could You Live in a Storage Building? Stout Dog says, I like it, but if you're to live in it, needs a laundry facility. And I don't know, you guys won't laugh too easy. I mean, I've got a washer and dryer, but I've gone 25 years without them. Carrie Music Violet, okay. So on the Home Depot, how inspiring. Thank you, Carrie, Karri. This is Sherry Hooker on Beer 30 Sanity Session. Enjoyed the jokes, Rusty. I even laughed out loud. Here's to a great weekend. Well, see, that's the whole thing about telling jokes. They're supposed to make you smile anyway. Thomas Fenton says, hey, Rusty, trying to become at least the most famous person in my neighborhood. A guy in the neighborhood is in the Guinness Book of World Records. He's had 43 concussions. He lives very close. In fact, he's just a stone's throw away. Great Beer 30. I got that. Yeah, I got it. Thank you, Thomas Fenton. Tina Doty or Doty or Dottie. Really nice. Thanks for sharing. That's on the Home Depot thing. Jose Flores, he says, hilarious. Well, you know, they're my favorite. Some of my favorites. They make me laugh when I tell them. Anyway, thank you. RV Living with the Geezer. Rusty, you mentioned you went to St. Mary's University. What years were you there? I was there in 1969 and 1972. That's the years I was there, RV Living with the Geezer. Exactly. I graduated in May of 72 from the business school. I was an accounting major. Anyway, thank you. Check that channel out. He lives out in the Alpine, Fort Davis area. Got a YouTube channel, RV Living with the Geezer. John Patillo, needed those jokes tonight, Rusty. Good. You know, a lot of people need a little humor, but, you know, some people cannot, some people don't like jokes, let me say that. Anyway, John Henry says, now we need to know who writes all the jokes for Alexa. I don't think they write them. I actually think the things produce their own because they're so strange. Gelton Inc., Rusty, they aren't making people like you anymore. The world is better off. Been watching you for a while, but rarely comment. Thanks for your videos. You're very welcome, Gelton Incorporated. Outcast 1, every time you say soda water, I start cracking up. Yeah, I know, a lot of people think that. It's and y'all and stuff like that. You know, it's southern stuff. Scotsman of New England, that is wafer board, not particle board on the walls, floors, walls, and ceiling. Okay, thank you very much. I don't care what's on the walls. I ain't buying one anyway. Evelyn Lowry. Rusty, this is Walter from Alabama. I am typing on my wife's computer and I am laughing at your jokes. Maybe the Miller Lights I just drank made the jokes funnier. Well, good. Yeah, that's it. It will help maybe. King for a day. Johnny, my friend since childhood, had that knack for telling jokes. Many times his jokes would have you laughing so hard you would lose your breath and your stomach would hurt. I could tell the same joke and not even get an acknowledgement out of anyone. Thanks for these, except the last one. What was the last one? Was that bye bye? That's one of my favorites. Anyway, Jack in Florida, you're hilarious. Thank you very much, Jack in Florida. Margaret Stafford, thank you, Rusty. Your terrible jokes actually did warm me up a little on this raw, cold day in Kentucky. Well, if they did, they did. Thank you, Margaret. B.J. Smith, dear Rusty, it was really fun watching you do you with your total enjoyment of your bad jokes. Thank you. Well, B.J., I thought they were great. I do me, B.J. Susan me, I guess. This is on the tiny home. I almost bought one of these about 10 years ago for this very reason, building a tiny home. But the ordinance here in upstate New York won't allow anything smaller than 2,400 square feet unless you go way out in the boonies, and then they want to tax you based on the square footage. Anyway, there's a lot of rules out there, and you don't even know they exist, Susan, until you try to do something. You know, we live in a free country. Supposedly, you're free to do whatever the government allows you to do, okay, or government entities, and there's a lot of them. There's city, county, state, federal. You know, so anyway, Steve Brown, I didn't get the last one. First one made me laugh. Well, that's good. This is John Jackson. I believe his hands are representing what... Anyway, Harley Hillbilly, I remember the good old days at the bar. Everyone had some great jokes to tell. Love the memories keep warm. Yeah, it's true. It was fun times. You know, people used to come in, tell jokes, and you know, people walk into I lived out in the country, and there was a little small bar called Four Corners, and all different types would come in there. Lawyers, doctors, bulldozer operators, farmers, ranchers, and stuff. And it was a real mix, but everybody was on the same page because they wanted to come in and have a beer and a little humor, and it worked. Dana Diggle, the last joke was a doozy, Rusty. Bye bye. Al Furr, Beer 30, thumbs up. Ellen Dowd, love your humor. Thank you, Ellen Dowd. William Bingham, love the "Hey Bill" joke. My name is Bill, the other Mr. Bill. Yeah, but that those are just interesting jokes. I like the one about the monk too. I quit. We knew it. Been a complainer since you've been here. Said 6 words in 30 years. Jane Delaney. Hi, Rusty. You have a knack for joke and storytelling. It's a gift, and you have it. Humor helps life in balance. Anyway, enjoy your weekend. Yeah, you too, Jane. Alvin Massot. Great Beer 30, Rusty. Enjoy your weekend. Yeah, I'm working on it. I got some things to do, and fortunately, we're one day closer to some better weather, and these people across the street finishing their project so that I don't have to listen to all the Mexican music in the United States, because they have one on the roof and one inside, and a lot of music, you know what I mean? But it's not loud. They're not. It's not that loud. Anyway, Paul Venata, good afternoon, America. Great jokes. Thank you, Paul. And Snowy Bells 12 says, howdy, Rusty. Love the first joke. Just thinking about it makes me laugh. Good for my spirit wasted. Good for my spirit wasted time. Ha ha. Anyway, whatever, Snowy Bells. Thank you. Boondocking with Dennis. It says, I'm drinking water but still enjoying the show. Well, good for you, Dennis. Check his channel out. He lives in he did live, I think he's got it somewhere, his pickup truck with a camper top, and he lives along the coast of Texas. And I think they've got an oyster festival coming up somewhere down there soon, next week. Lone Wolf Nomad, enjoyed the humor. Have a good weekend. Thank you, Lone Wolf Nomad. Franny Lee 38 says, ha ha hee hee, says better first one. Thank you, Franny Lee 38. Lady Macbeth, hey hey. Hey hey to you. Bruce Rainey, good story. Thank you. Angie Thomas. It is good to sit and relax wherever that might be, a bar, a movie theater, a garden, or museum. Have a good evening, Rusty. Thank you, Angie Thomas. Paul Shalosky says, does wine count? Sure. Yeah, you don't have to. I'm not saying you have to drink beer. Watch the video. I mean, no, you do what you want to do. Have a glass of water with Dennis. Tejas Rob, Lake Amistad is a bad place. People have been murdered, robbed. My God. It's a cartel drug corridor. Plenty of places to camp in Texas. Yeah, well, whatever. You do you. I haven't seen any of that here. I haven't read it in the papers, so maybe. Anyway, whatever. You got to do you, okay? Boondocking with Dennis says, thank you for the cheap spots the last few days. When I check out that area, I will know where to look. Appreciate you. Thank you, Dennis. Enjoy your day. Franny Lee, 38, have a great weekend. You too. S. Lee, since you're so close to the border, do a lot of Mexican illegals cross over there and stay in that campground since you said it wasn't monitored closely? No, I've never seen any there, actually. If they had a tent, it would be the perfect place to hide out. Well, they don't have to hide, I mean, they can just walk down the highway, and sometimes people don't say anything. Sheridan Gay, I love your driving videos and the scenery as you drive. Thank you. Thank you, Sheridan Gay. Dana Diggle, $5 a night. That's a great bargain for any spot. Just take a walk and look over the edge. Yeah, it's a good deal. I mean, if you have the senior federal pass, everything's 50% off. Daniel Pacini, wow, that's a huge railroad bridge. Nice. Yeah, that's the one Amtrak uses going west. Der Trix has got 2 here. Good evening, Rusty. Cold, wind, rain. He lives on the North Sea in Germany. He also says, greetings. He says, rain and wind here as well. Yeah, well, it was windy the day I did that video. And anyway, it's not windy today, though. It's cool, or cold. And, cool. Yeah, it's overcast, so it makes it feel cold. Jason's Texas Adventures. I've been right along the Amistad Lake near the bridge where you ended your video, and the sunrise by the lake is very beautiful there. I'll be headed all the way over to Alpine and Big Bend from Houston with my Fat Tire mountain bike. Rusty and the Rangers have a great weekend, and of course the goat too. Well, here's the old goat to give you a good old kiss this morning. Dink. And you know, Matilda's getting a little thin here. Maybe we'll get one here. William Bingham says, small but nice. Thanks, Captain Rusty. Yeah, you're right. You're okay. Now here's one. This could be, I'll check this one first. In fact, this is a Matilda, because it's a scam link that they've got there. So here, Matilda is going to get some pancakes with strawberry syrup, or syrup, yeah. There you go. Deborah Haas left that. Yeah, it's one of those scam links they leave. They leave a link to something, and you go there, and it's some kind of perverted crap. Lady Macbeth, keep on rocking in the free world. Amen. This is Tracy Phillips. Great tour, Rusty. Not a bad place to spend a few days. Yeah, it's Lake Amistad is, as far as I know, I don't know of any problems there, or haven't heard of any. And I've spent time there. I've stayed at the San Pedro unit probably half a dozen times. I've never had any issues at all. I've been all over Del Rio, drove down by where the border fence was, and I've never had any issues at all, you know. But anyway, Tracy Phillips, oh yeah, read that one. Here's the Dogman Chronicles, Jim and his dogs in a van. Check his channel out. Good comment call, Rusty. Thanks. Happy Friday to you. We'll do 3 or 4 more, and then we'll shut her down here. I started a little later this morning because I slept a little later. The temperature hit my sleeping spot, man. I was just really comfortable under the comforter and stuff. Anyway, Terry L., I'm not sure about traveling much because of insane gas prices. Went up 60 cents a gallon here overnight. Many gasoline stations are out of gas. Well, that's because people panic, and they, that's enough said. But you know, that was just a brief spike. Oil prices went up over $100 for about almost a whole day, and then they dropped back down. So they're back down to about $92 a barrel now, which is where they were before this stuff started overseas. So, you know, I don't think I would push the panic button yet. Wayne Johnson on the Cheap Champion says no electric. Nope, no electric there. No water either. Well, there may be water available. Michael, hey Rusty, my name is Mike. I'm 34 from New York. Just want to say hi. I appreciate your video. That's good. Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate it. And with that in mind, thumbs up, guys. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Because it doesn't cost you a penny. Just click on the link in the description. Go to Amazon. Buy whatever you choose. And it doesn't cost you a cent. But anyway, what else? Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. It's good for you. It'll help you avoid gout, kidney stones, and it'll also help you lose weight because you'll be full of water. And you will not want to eat so much as in snack. And the only way to lose weight and keep it off is what? Eat less. That's it. Get you a smaller plate. That'll work. But anyway, what else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in really deep. Hold it for a few seconds and then breathe out slowly. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress does what? Lowers your blood pressure. Is that good for you? You bet. Do that several times a day. Yeah, you won't regret it. And then what else? Stretch. Stretch, 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 swivel, 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 walk, 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 pedal, pedal, pedal. Exercise your body once or twice a day, every single day. Why? Because you'll feel better immediately, and you may live longer because of that one thing, healthier. And then what else? Stand guard at the door of your mind. Do not let negative Nancy or negative Ned get inside of your head. This is your head, your consciousness, your frontal lobes, and all that stuff. And this, your consciousness up there, whatever. Anyway, all those little neurons in there are forming neural links. That's every single thought you have, every idea, every memory, every dream, everything. So add good ingredients. Ta-da, problem solved. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, enjoy your life one day or one moment at a time. At ease, carry on, adios, bye-bye, hasta luego, vaya con Dios, aloha, until the noon video, which will be maybe a video of this old building I'm going to this morning. We'll see. Anyway, guys, enjoy your weekend. Adios. Carry on.